All right, back with a bit more Pokemon Silver. Gonna be doing a little bit more tonight. We've gotten to Kanto. We were able to evolve Execute into Executor, but we still need to get the power plant up and running so we can have the train go between Kanto and Johto. That'll make things a lot easier for trying to navigate the areas, because right now getting back to Johto was a bit of a pain, as we saw in the last stream. So yeah, we've got more to do in Kanto. I've heard it isn't super long, so we'll see how long that goes for. But at this point, the things I plan to do in Silver before we wrap up our time on stream for the marathon, we need to do all the Kanto stuff. Try to figure out if we can manage the Celebi glitch. It's been a long time since I've looked into it, and I think there's a few different methods. But that's something I'd like to try to do. You know, these earlier games where it's still low level enough that you can do that kind of stuff just through gameplay. I think it could be fun to mess with it that way, you know. But yeah, so finish the Kanto content, try to get a Celebi, prepare to beat Red. If we can beat Red, I feel like that is the capping off point. That seems to be the capping off point for everyone. I know it was randomized, but when I did my randomized Red playthrough, I caught all the Pokemon because I figured, catch 'em all. That was a very Gen 1 tagline, it made sense to do that. I don't think at any point in these upcoming Pokemon games I'm going to catch them all. Like, maybe when I finish my marathon, I might try some sort of catch 'em all challenge, but honestly, I think it might be a little futile because they keep on adding more. They keep on making new games at quite a fast rate. I don't really think it's worth the effort. I'd like to do it in my own time, in my own life. I've never at any point had every single Pokemon, but I've been wanting to in Pokemon Home. Not there yet, especially because I haven't really played. I've not played Scarlet and Violet yet. I have not played Arceus, Legends Arceus yet. Didn't get everything in Sword and Shield. There's a lot of gaps. So, I don't think that's something I'm ever going to be doing on stream, because it's going to be hard enough for me to get figured out in my normal life, and I don't want to start from scratch on that again. But yeah, just kind of trying to get a sense of what's coming forward. Once I am done with Silver, and I'm kind of not sure how much more we have left to go, because, like I said, the Kanto stuff, probably not super long. Celebi stuff might take a little setup time, but I'm not sure how much time that will take. I think the biggest potential thing might be preparing for Red. I don't think I will need to get exactly up to his level, but I'm definitely going to want to try to be close before I attempt that. We'll see how that goes. But once we're done with that, we're going to do some randomized Red. Randomized Gold. I've actually already used a program to manipulate Gold ROM. I've not really bothered. I checked it just to make sure it opened, but I do not know what the random starters are. It's going to be interesting seeing what those end up being. But that will be the next thing, because technically with this marathon I could have just gone with one of the versions and just moved on to the revised one. But kind of to reflect the fact that there's a split, I thought it would be a good idea to play one of them, then play another. It would probably be too similar if you went through the whole game with only slight differences. Ruby and Sapphire might give you a little more to work with, but I think the random challenge kind of gives a little spice to things, because mainly I'm focused on pretty vanilla gameplay on the games I do. I don't really focus too much on mods or bonus stuff. that is out there. There, because for a lot of games, it's just an infinite rabbit hole. Like if you're trying to get in Minecraft mods and stuff, and that's not the kind of channel I want to be. I do have some games that I'll come to again and again. Some might become pretty permanent fixtures, especially ones I might do with my girlfriend. But generally, what I feel is best is to get through games, spend enough time in like any multiplayer bonus content to get a feel for it, but yeah, not bother too much with kind of the more miscellaneous stuff out there. So that's enough talking. Let's boot up the game, get back into it. I think we just barely got into Lavender Town, so we're gonna want to continue on with that. Okay, let's make sure it's showing up on OBS. I'm not seeing it in OBS. I guess that's because I was using a different version of Sameboy, but that's the one I've always used, so... Okay, I don't know why it struggled with that. Oh, I've got Mystery Gift now! Press A to link our device. Press B to cancel it. Yeah, man, back in the day. That's interesting because if I recall, you have to do like codes or something to get Mystery Gift in Gen 3 and some of the other gens. It's like they gave it to you, they made it a secret, and then they gave it to you again, because now they just always give it to you. Huh. I wonder if they have any Mystery Gift data out there where you can download a Celebi, like if anyone's restored that functionality somewhere. Okay. Let us see what there is to do in Lavender. So apparently there's a radio station now, and of course that wouldn't be working without the power. I wonder, has the radio station replaced the graveyard tower that used to be here? Okay, I guess there's not much to do so far until the radio comes back. This power plant trouble seems to be kind of the operating incident of your limited time here in Kanto. They give you this as, oh, this is what's going to motivate your journey through. This is what's going to give order to everything, rather than just, here's Kanto. Go wild. Which is kind of what I thought it would be, because I didn't know too much, but makes sense. Makes sense. I think Rock Tunnel's to the north, and I think that's where we need to go to get to the power plant. I think I'm good on balls from last time. Yeah. But let's see what's in their mart just in case. That's interesting. It seems to be... I feel like this is about where it would be in Kanto back in the day. Maybe a little more higher up, but no Ultra Balls or anything. So I guess... what's his name, Mr. Fuji, got moved down here. So it got really downsized. Chambers only he can enter. Interesting. So probably not too much point going around while it's down. And then this is the rock tunnel. Looks like Steel Wing will be available in the rock tunnel. Which I think I might want to teach to Skarmory, because it doesn't have a good steel move, I don't think. Though I don't think Steel was really built very offensively yet. Oh, I guess it learned Steel Wing at level 49. You can just wait for that too. Ah, it's one of my own. Okay, not a good idea to have a Quagsire against my Typhlosion, so... I like that you can see one of the faces looking back at you. Imagine it like making funny faces at you and such. Another one of my Pokemon. These guys, I feel like they're copying my style. Gonna have to collect some of the money from my mom at some point. Oh, wow. Absolutely pathetic. Maybe just barely enough EXP to level me up? No, not even. Well, there's Steel Wing, but I probably won't even need to use it. There we go. I have to drop off some items when we get the chance. It's a cute little Cubone sprite. I like the way its head looks. At that level, we might be able to just Great Ball it. Not quite. Oh, little coward. I didn't know they would be so flighty. I remember the rock tunnel being pretty lengthy and a little bit tough. I think in yellow, my yellow Nuzlocke, I lost a few Pokemon in the rock tunnel. Great Ball wasn't enough, maybe an Ultra Ball. Nah, little scaredies. We had one of you currently living out his life at the daycare. There we go. No trainers or anything in there. I think I'm real close to the power plant if I remember my Kanto geography well enough. Alright, for those of you watching on Twitch, ads are going to be running in just a little bit. So just as a reminder, subscribers shouldn't receive any ads. I don't want to paywall any of my content. I want everyone to be able to enjoy this channel. But if you are willing to contribute, it's greatly appreciated, because even a small amount can add up. And I hope to be able to put whatever I get from this channel towards being able to make it better. I hope to be able to, be able to get better equipment and be able to be self-sufficient enough to stream more often. For those of you who contribute the most, there are incentives for being able to nominate future streams. So if you want to pick something I do on this channel, then try to be number one in one of the categories you can donate for. So those ads are going to be running in just a few minutes, just so you guys have a heads up. Gonna see if there's anything good in this grass before I head down to the power plant. I think there was, just barely there was a PC. I should probably go back there to drop off some of my items. I think it's interesting how they had PCs in interesting locations more in this early gens when they couldn't afford to put a town there, but they knew that trainers would run into trouble. Okay, nothing of interest so far. Man, I'm so excited to get running shoes in Gen 3. It's gonna be nice when I don't have to walk at such a slow pace everywhere. I'm gonna deposit some of these items. We're gonna probably focus more on full heals and stuff. Okay, before we go any further that way, we need to check out the power plant. See what's going on there. Because we need to get it up and running again to get all the power working. Even though I can clearly see that the lights are on the Pokemon Center. And I mean, their machine's working there, so I guess they got some backup generators or something. Yeah, I remember it being abandoned in Gen 1. But I guess they got it working, but now not working again. Is that like cables underneath a transparent ground or something? It's a little hard to make out what that's supposed to be. I think it's like cables on the ground or something like that. I thought that was a phone call for a moment, but I was like, is it coming from there, or is it just overlapping in a weird way? A shady character in Cerulean, huh? Haven't I already been in Cerulean? Oh well, there's a new route to go through. Might as well see what there is there. Oh, isn't this the one route that they got stuck on so long in Twitch Plays Pokemon? They took like over a day to get through. This Ice Punch will kill this thing. It's interesting coming from the other direction for the first time. No, of course. I didn't even bother Focus Energy if he's gonna be so fast. He's just gonna do it again, so I should just do it when he comes back up, because he's faster than me. This gets pretty sparse when the serve goes. He's just doing that little high-pitched line for a little bit of it. Where is Mount Silver? Is it in Kanto, or is it just in a part of Johto we couldn't get to before? I don't really know the Johto geography super well. I definitely know Kanto and Hoenn better. It's real neat having Ice Punch on Muscle. It's definitely helped give him some more utility and cover something that we couldn't cover on our own. I mean her. Muscle's a her, I forgot. Let's just go down this way. Yeah, we didn't get this go yet. You're a little far from it, buddy. You should probably keep walking in that direction rather than just stare outward. I think I'm gonna take the XP share from it when Ozai gets to level 44, when he's bigger than everyone else, then I'll bother giving it to someone new. I remember this patch of grass being bigger than this. Okay, it's just been a bunch of rats. Nothing new in these routes yet. It's got some pretty nice shading for the time. It's got some good shape to it. I take advantage of the size well. Wild encounter in the very first tile I enter, even if on a turn. Not a ground type yet, huh? Change to Aquans. And here I am back in Cerulean. I don't think I faced Misty yet, so I'm probably going to be wanting to do that. So far I've faced Lieutenant Surge and Sabrina. Does that show in my badges? Guess you only get badges for the first ones, huh? Did I already heal? I forgot. How's my pack looking? Okay. So there's a shady figure here. Oh, now I'm getting a phone call. I think I already got a Remoraid. I think that was the most recent raid there was. Yeah, I got one. I've seen 186. There's only 70 Pokemon about I haven't seen. Interesting. Okay. Guess we're not gonna fight Misty right away, but we will get the opportunity soon. Bumped right into me. Is this guy supposed to be broken English? Is he supposed to be dumb? Or someone foreign or something? Bye-bye, Go-Go. Are there supposed to be trainers in here? I'm assuming there's gonna be trainers when I fight Misty. So this guy would know where he went, right? Cerulean Cave. What the? Huh. That was very odd. I was not sure what to interpret of that sound at first. Of course. Okay, okay. So he comes from somewhere else. That's why he speaks. That's why he speaks like that. He's kind of doing a little bit of a Yoda thing too. Battle begin, we do. Team Rocket's kind of pathetic in this game. Like, this game is very much trying to be a continuation of a Red, Blue, and Yellow rather than the other gens. And there's some parts of that that are kind of cool, how it gives it a little bit of a unique identity in the long run compared to the others, but yeah, Team Rocket really doesn't do much. There's not really that much to the plot. Like, Giovanni and Team Rocket's machinations in Red, Blue, and Yellow, there's kind of more of an order to things. It's kind of nice how Team Rocket are, like, flailing, trying to figure out how to get Giovanni back. Their patheticness is kind of interesting, but at the same time, they really didn't give as much of a plot motivation for what you're doing. You're just pretty much trying to become, you know, trying to become a trainer, and there's some happenstance Team Rocket stuff. Kind of gives it a unique vibe, but also, like, kind of just feels like things that happen. It kind of feels like the epilogue, the post-story for Gen 1, whereas Gen 3 is a lot more plot motivation with the competing teams and the weather and Apocalypse. I think for the series going forward, that was the better move. It was nice that they tried it for this one. It's a nice change of pace, but it does kind of mean that aside from just, you know, dealing with a few happenstance things with Team Rocket and Lance, and your rival also occasionally being a presence, there's definitely less plot motivation for this game than some of the others. And it seems like they took the message from that going forward to change things up a bit. To go back to something a little more motivated. Because I don't think they've gone with an unmotivated plot since. Like, X and Y's plot was a little weak, but there was definitely something there. He had one Golbat, and that's supposed to be a challenge. He hit it in the gym. Inside water. Do they even do anything after this point? Oh, I've already dealt with them, so I guess he's just barely realizing. It's like the lone Japanese soldier in the Philippines. Not really that much of a subplot, but I mean, it gives you a little bit of a motivation. The way it structures Kanto makes sense. It's a fun way to do it, but definitely not very substantial, you can tell. Where did he say? Like in the middle? Ah! Nice. Okay, let's get this returned to the power plant so we can fix things up. I don't think we can really fly anywhere closer than this. I think we're just going to have to go back to the route again. To kind of keep it out of the way. But for those of you watching on Twitch, it looks like we are going to be getting ads again in a few minutes. So just as a reminder, subscribers won't receive ads. I want everyone to enjoy this channel free of any obligation. I don't want to paywall my content. But if you do feel willing to contribute, it's greatly appreciated. Even a small bit goes a long way, and I hope to be able to use it towards making this channel better. And for those of you who do contribute, I plan on incentives for nominations of stream content based on who does the most. So if you want to pick things I do on this channel, feel free to shoot for being number one in one of those categories. So those will run in just a few minutes, just so you have a heads up. But yeah, now I guess I gotta make my way back to the power plant through this route again, unfortunately. No, that's not the right way to do it. Yeah, I definitely remember this being bigger. Maybe just felt bigger because of the way things are more compressed, but yeah, I think that route was bigger in the original. Assume I tell this guy. So I guess it's just working now. There's no other way. Guess they had no other way back in the day of indicating this. So I guess the power generator's back. Sounds like there might be some things to do in some of the places before, now that we've done that. I'm gonna make a note that I should probably buff my team up before I take on red. Try to figure out best moves, stats, and whatnot. Okay, let's go back to Saffron so we can get that rail pass. That'll be useful. And I want to see what happened to Silphco. Apparently you don't get very far, so I want to get a sense of what that's like, because that was a monstrous area, I remember, back in Gen 1, relatively. The Silphco? I remember it being so much bigger. Yeah, you really can't go any further. But I remember the foyer being huge and having a fountain and stuff. They just cut you off, but they knew you would come here, so they give you the upgrade, which is apparently made by Silphco. Probably not going to use this upgrade, because I've got a different way if I wanted a Porygon 2, but I don't even know if I'll need that. Okay, that being a Blissey makes sense. No, these are all just dolls, or at least these two of her. Oh my gosh! Go to Vermilion to get the Pokédoll. Guess we'll see what this entails. Very short fetch quests in this Kanto stuff, but I don't really think they could have done much more complicated. You get the feeling that there were limitations to what they could manage. That was a really cool effect with the copycat girl, though, the way she flipped around and then mimicked me. I received pass. They tore down their old house for the station, oh no. I'm guessing this is a limitation thing, maybe, but this is a very Johto-looking house with the decor. Very wooden, traditional, rural. So I guess now I have the ability to use the rail. Everyone's ready for it. Okay, so that's how we easily get to Chodo. It sucks they couldn't do more fanfare for when the power plant goes up. You kind of have to infer and extrapolate. Couldn't really afford to do with cutscenes what Gen 3 onward could. But now, we can easily get to Johto whenever we like. That's nice. Need to hydrate a little more. Throat feels kind of dry. I've been talking quite a bit. When I'm reading my notes, I get a call in the middle. Almost caught a Mary, huh? Now I've blown so far past you. My life has gotten much more interesting than you early trainers. Okay, let's do... let's do some rebattles now that we can go back to Johto and Kanto easily. Let's rematch some of those guys who want to fight me. That's some of the fastest scrolling it's been able to do. You can tell they were trying to show off the best of that they could. I wonder if I visited this place before when I first got to Goldenrod. Definitely couldn't have used it, but I feel like I might have poked my head in. let's put Pineapple in front for now. So I can give her some good use now that she's an Executor. Let's start with Fisher Chris on Route 42. That would be that would be west of Mahogany Town. Interesting some of the places they will let you fly to, like the Lake of Rage. It'd be nice if you could go to the power plant, but... Where are you, Fisher Chris? There you are. You're about on par with the Kanto trainers now. I didn't mean to double click that, but that was the move I was gonna go for. Let's use Confusion in this case. Oh, I meant to switch that, but... did the trick anyway. Okay, it's one down. I think we've got two more guys who'd be down to rebattle at this point. Birdkeeper Vance, Route 44. Gonna want Yellowback for that. Route 44. I feel like that's east of Mahogany Town. Probably didn't need to fly, but oh well. I think Route 43 leads to the Lake of Rage. Okay, now which one do you use the Birdkeeper? What would a Birdkeeper look like? This guy, maybe? Yeah. Back in these early games, they had a lot of fat guy trainer overworld sprites. There's like a very specific kind, and he kept coming back for a few gens. I think like the first 3 at least. This guy's a little stronger than the other guy, but not much. Okay. Now, Fisher Ralph. That was way earlier. Don't know how much better he'll be. I think that was, south of Violet City. I don't remember these names as well as the Kanto and Hoenn places. Even some of the Sinnoh places. Absolutely demolish this puny snake. I think it's this one. Oh wow, he's only level 17? I hope you have the ability to grow further, because otherwise I don't really think you're ever going to get remotely catch up to the other guys. Let's take the XP share from OSI. Let's give him the charcoal back. Let's give Swift the EXP share. Let's put some of these items away too. Okay. Let's try to take on Misty now. Yeah, let's go back to... So that's how they do it to, the train is the way that you get from Johto to Kanto. It's interesting. I thought you'd just be able to fly everywhere. I wonder why it has to be limited that way. I guess these maps just can't scroll. They have to do some other process for you to swap out the world map. I'm assuming this... Oh yeah, that's gotta be the rail. Look at those trees whiz past. Okay, let's fly to Cerulean. Can take on Misty. Guy ran off. Interesting Misty would be on a date, and there's no telling who the guy is. What an interesting little detail. I swear, whenever she comes back to the gym, she must be like, hey, I need you guys to stay in the water, take on any trainers that come in, because they weren't there before. Okay, for those of you watching on Twitch, it looks like ads are going to run in a few minutes. So just as a reminder, subscribers will not receive ads. I don't want to paywall any of my content. I want everyone to be able to enjoy this channel. But if you do feel willing to contribute, it's greatly appreciated. Even a small donation can go a long way. And I hope to put whatever I get towards making this channel better. And as a way of showing appreciation, if you do feel willing to contribute, we have incentives where those who contribute the most will be able to nominate things for me to do in the future. So if you want to pick stuff I do in this channel, feel free to shoot for being number one in one of those categories. So let's take on Misty's gym, and those ads will be running in just a few minutes. Oh, I gotta switch it to Mega Drain. Damn. Well, at least it did that. Just realizing that once I get Celebi, the only Kanto Pokemon on my team will be Machamp. I think we definitely did a good job of using good Johto Pokemon, considering how much this game wanted to be just kind of an extension of Kanto. I should probably use Confusion so I wouldn't have to use so much PP, but... Calmly disposed of her? I'm not sure I like the way she put that. No, you're not first. I went the other way. Siege's a real cool Pokemon. I feel like he's a little underrated how cool his design is. Especially now that Kingdra exists and it's only a middle stage. Even the trainers are apologizing for being away. I like to imagine Misty calling up our friends. Yeah, we got someone who wants to fight. Can we get everyone together? Not quite enough to fully do the trick. I feel like Golduck should have maybe been a Water Psychic. But then again, Psychic was pretty OP in Gen 1. Okay, let's go back and heal up before we take on the girl herself, Misty. That's right, the PC I think is to the left of the gym. For a moment I was trying to remember where it was. Getting a call right before I was gonna do something. If only you had more interesting stories to tell me, Arnie. Okay, let's give Pineapple a little bit more opportunity to show off before we're gonna try to replace her. I really like her new outfit. And her hairstyle, too. I should have probably used a Solar Beam, but oh well. It's got ice typing, so I might want to swap to Yellowback. I've been thinking lately how interesting a genre experiment Pokemon must have been when it first came out, because JRPGs are very single player focused. You have, like, your characters, you don't really choose them for the most part. They're real people. And then Pokemon comes along and you can pick and choose. And it's kind of got, like, a competitive angle. There's this whole multiplayer, competitive, strategic aspect. It kind of put the whole JRPG battling system on its head. I don't think anything else would have been similar. It's interesting to think what of a genre shift it was to the point that it's really diverted from the genre it started from. It's kind of really its thing that apparently was not easy to replicate by others. I feel like only now people are trying again, though there was probably quite a bit of attempts back in the day that just don't get remembered as much, because thinking back, I can think of some I've heard of, and there's probably even more that were just kind of lost to time. I only barely recently found out about Dragon Warrior Monsters and how they had two versions. It seems like they were probably going for something similar as far as I can tell. I haven't really dug too much into those games, but from what I've heard, from what I've glimpsed, seems to be the case. Definitely not going to want Yellowback for this. This is definitely the most Adventure Time-ish, design-wise, generation. Pokemon with rounded shapes, small, set-apart eyes. Rounded designs, for sure. The closest to Adventure Time style, I'd say. In this case, let's just go with Pineapple again. Honestly, that's probably one of the lesser quality sprites, in my opinion, in this game. The perspective just... it's kind of awkward. Doesn't really do much. This is a weird angle. Okay, it's got Ice Beam. Yeah, we're gonna want to switch to Yellowback. Unless I can KO it really quickly. I mean, that did a respectable amount, but I don't want to be sitting around with that Ice Beam. It did quite a bit. I wonder if there's certain factors that make confusion more likely, make its effect stronger. I don't really understand how it works. Okay, Misty down. We should travel to Johto. It's not that far, especially with the magnet train working. Cats heal up. So I think that's my third of the Kanto gym leaders. I don't really know if there's an easy way to see your badges, so don't know how you're supposed to keep track other than manually. Okay, I guess now we get a new radio card from Lavender. Is this the head honcho? Okay, let's see what we got here in Kanto. The Pokegear definitely left a legacy on future games as well, because Gen 1 didn't really have any equivalent, nothing I can remember. And then, of course, you get the Pokenav, and then Poketch. Whatever the one in Gen 5 was called. It pretty much set the standard for a certain device that gave you extra features. Eventually became something on the lower screen, mostly. Then, of course, these days, they've really changed how a lot of the functionality works. I don't really remember if there's an equivalent in, like, Sword and Shield and stuff, because so much has changed since then. Like, even HMs don't exist anymore. But Pokegear definitely left a legacy, even though they kind of changed up what it was each time. How do I tune this thing? It's interesting how, to kind of recreate the feel of a radio program, they kind of just have it scroll on its own. But this is not a very interesting program. They definitely upgraded on this kind of functionality in future generations, like Poketch. I imagine this is quite funny to imagine someone actually doing a program like that. Are there gonna be any lyrics or anything? It's just, let's all jam the Pokemon March? Are there gonna be any other songs? It's a very whimsical tune. Is this the only one they have? Does it depend on the day? Seemed like it might. Because it's Thursday? I guess it just plays a different song depending on the day. Let's all sing. There's no lyrics to sing to. So we gotta use this on Snorlax to get him to move. It's a nice tune. Kinda gives me slightly traditional Japanese vibes. This song seems like it goes for quite a bit. Let's check out Route 5 now. See what's in what used to be the old daycare. Music's still going too. Let's deposit some of my items. Okay, if you say so. Where'd the daycare go? I guess it's just completely different now. No, not even acknowledging what it used to be. Let's see if we find anything good here. Gloom, we don't have that. Not quite. I wonder how much damage I can manage out of Mega Drain. Probably not much, even with the level gap. Okay, that was definitely more than I was thinking. There we go. Weed. The fact that there's no Pokemon or anything after that is just weed. I'll have to show that. Clip that. I'm gonna have to heal soon. That cut out real quick. Today's a Thursday. Maybe I should give the national park a try. I'm trying to think of good side stuff to do as well that I haven't done in a while. Often when I've checked, the day didn't line up, so I think maybe I should do that. Considering that Saffron and Goldenrod are linked, I think they're trying to indicate that those two are the most significant cities in their regions. Goldenrod makes sense, absolutely, because most of the region is so, you know, clearly just quiet, out of the way. Kanto's definitely more developed. I used to kind of think Celadon was kind of a little bit of that, considering the department store, the casino, the Game Freak building and stuff like that. But I think I'm realizing now that despite there not being as much to do, Saffron's kind of more of that, especially when you look at like Silphco and of course the Magna Train. What was I doing again? I get the phone call to interrupt my train of thought. Is it like programmed to just kind of happen when you just kind of sit in place for a little bit? Fisher Wilton on Route 44 again? They're gonna wait a little bit on you, buddy. Because I think we just fought you. Oh, that's right, National Park. That's what we're trying to do. We're actually pretty close to it. I think so, because we can use Leech Seed. I think it said we had 20, so... And we've got 20 minutes. Let's give it a shot, because we gotta have something at least. These should be pretty weak Pokemon at this point, though. I think some Leech Seeding will do the trick, because damaging... I don't think we can do any damaging moves. It'd be too powerful. Do we have to fight? For those of you watching on Twitch, it looks like ads are going to run in a few minutes. Just as a reminder, subscribers shouldn't receive ads. I don't want to paywall any of my content, but if you do feel willing to contribute, it's greatly appreciated. I hope to be able to put whatever I get towards making this channel better. And as a way of showing appreciation for those who contribute, there will be opportunities for incentives. Those who donate the most in various categories will be able to dominate future streams. So if you want to pick what I do on this channel, feel free to shoot for being number one in one of those categories. Those will be running in just a few minutes, just so you guys have a heads up. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to, I don't know. Am I really gonna have to use... I guess I'm just gonna have to use this, let it do its trick. But honestly, I should just be running. I can do better than that. How much does Mega Drain do? Let's test. Especially because it just defense curled. Or hardened. Even still, it'll kill it. I need to try to get something better. Like, if I can get a Scyther, that'd be real nice. Well, that's something. Did I really never have a Caterpie? Oh my gosh, I don't think I did. That's crazy. Is Caterpie like a gold exclusive aside from here? I'm gonna run until I could get a good middle stage, or just any Pokemon that's clearly better than a Caterpie. I don't even, level-wise, I don't think that Weedle's gonna be much better. Maybe now Mega Drain won't be too much. Even though it already it has taken some damage. I just want to see. This might be trickier than I thought. And that's what we want to try to get. We'll give it one try on red. But man, we need to be healing. There we go. Now, I think I'm only going to go for if we get like a Scyther, because that would be the only thing better, right? Scyther or Pinsir. Especially Scyther, though. I'm gonna have to be careful and heal as much as I can. Try to kill it before the poison takes hold if I can. I guess it's gonna be a losing battle that way. should just, like, stay in place and look around. That's more what we're looking for, because then I don't take poison damage at all. There we go, that's what we gotta do. Healing won't be worth it. Let's just confusion you, so we don't take poison damage. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Level 18, that's quite a jump up. Just gotta tap it briefly so it doesn't keep going in a direction. Okay, I think that was our last Mega Drain, so now we're just gonna run until we find like a Scyther or something. Same exact way I was facing before. It's impressive I was able to get my HP like almost all the way back up. I got like 5 minutes left. Okay. We already got a pincer. I'm gonna get something new, so the Butterfree. Plus Butterfree might stack up against Pinsir, possibly. Mine's is higher level than that one was. Might be a little tedious, but I think I've only got like 3-ish minutes left, so won't be forever. I haven't seen one of those in this competition yet. But I already got one. For a moment I thought it was Scyther, but no, it's a Beedrill, which I've already got, and probably won't be better than the Butterfree I got. Okay, first Paris of the competition. This is what we were hoping for. Can we manage it? We're just gonna Solar Beam and... Solar Beam. Leech Seed. And then throw all the balls we got left. That was pretty close for only being a green. That did like nothing. Probably too late to try to use a Scizor, but hey, I love Scyther. It's one of my favorite Pokemon. It's probably gonna give some of the better results. How many more tries I got? 4 if I don't die. At least it's in yellow now. There we go. We got 3 more Pokedex entries. And right there it ends. That's the last one. I got lucky enough just barely. But how do I stack up? Because I've heard it can be pretty hard to get number 1. Bugcatcher Benny got a Weedle. Not very good. Okay, only second, so, you know, second place, but first place must have been quite something. Pinsir. How much did I have? 360. Whoa. That was really close. I was really close to winning, actually. And I think I already have an Everstone, so it's pretty useless, but... So now, we've got a Scyther. You're just telling me the story. So you're telling me the same story, and it's not that impressive either. Got 3 new Pokedex entries out of that, 1 excursion. Let's go heal up in Goldenrod. Probably not gonna go super longer tonight, probably just gonna stream for about 15-20 minutes more. Just so you guys have a heads up, so it doesn't catch you off guard. Okay, let's take the rail back. Let's see what there is to do in Celadon. Not really gonna bother with the Gabe corner. Nice to visit Game Freak. Talk to the people who made this game. Is this the Celadon Mansion right here? Celadon's got to be like at least the second most upscale place if Saffron is the most. Remembering off of the anime, I don't remember what Celadon would have been like. I remember Erica's gym a little bit. Bulbasaur kind of got like some catnip type stuff. But Saffron, I remember being a real high-tech city, and then of course it also shows up in Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 64. This is Game Freak right here. You drew me. Play the slot machines. I guess that's what the programmer liked. Oh, that's just the floor. Yeah, let's go up. Okay. This guy's pretty secluded. Okay. For those of you watching on Twitch, it looks like ads are going to run in a few minutes, so just as a reminder, subscribers should not receive ads. I don't want to paywall on my content. I want everyone to enjoy this channel. But for those of you who feel willing to contribute, it's very appreciated. Even a little bit goes a long way. I hope to put it towards making this channel better. As a way of showing appreciation for anyone who feels willing to do so, there will be incentives to be able to nominate things on the stream. So if you want to pick something I do on this channel, feel free to shoot for being #1 in one of the categories. So those will be running in just a few minutes, just so you guys know. I've heard speculation that Curse was of a type, potentially, that they took out. It's a triple question mark. I remember that from Ruby and Sapphire, and it seems like it was going to possibly be tied to some voodoo Pokemon, but I guess they thought it wouldn't be. It might be a little too much, considering how censorship heavy they were in localization at the time. Okay, now that that's done, what else do you want to do in Celadon? I've heard Leftovers is really good in this gen, so better pick that up. This is also a pretty big city. Like, the buildings don't seem as huge in the ones in Saffron, but it's a very big place, very spread out. Is this a restaurant? Oh, looks like it. Bunch of fatties. Goldenrod's got good food, huh? Battle without end? That could be a recipe for disaster, especially for profitability. Leftovers. If I were to give that to anyone... I think maybe now I give it to Yellowback. think now we take on Erica. Be a good way to cap off today's stream right here. So I think so against Erica we could either use Swift or Ozai. Ozai's already 44, so I think we'll do a little bit of Swift for now. Yeah, it's a little bit of a distance to get to this gym always, huh? It's pretty isolated in the woods is the impression that I'm getting from this. Is the horny old man still here? Only girls. Wait, where's the guy? There's no one to explain. All the other ones did. Even the one with the power switches that don't even work. I wonder if they were planning on implementing double battles by this point, considering how much they love to have two people next to each other and twins. If that's just for theming, or if they were genuinely trying to implement double battles all the way back when. The perspective on the sprite is better than the one in Gen 1, but I think the fact that the leaf takes up so much space makes the body feel small. The sprites have made the body feel small up to this point. I think it takes a little bit before you get a real proper feel for just how much of it is the body and not just the leaf in the mouth. Remember that move like really slowed down my emulation in Pokemon Stadium. I might need to do some configuring when I get to Pokemon Stadium 2, see if that still happens before I stream that. Because I'd like as smooth an emulation experience as I can get. Is this one gonna face me, then the next one right after? Yeah, just got one of those myself. No, she wasn't farsighted enough. Only girls allowed, but this is a gym. Can't play that rules. Someone needs to let her know. How else are you gonna get all of the gym badges? Aw. Just to split up the XP, let's use muscle for this one. Try to get people on the same page. Even though we're not really spread out, still. It's best to make sure everyone keeps up. Okay, that's Erica there. I remember the layout being different in this gym, but maybe I'm thinking of Bugsy or something. Okay, a peck is going to do a lot of damage to this bug. None of the others can really do much. Execute. Yeah, let's stick with what we got. I love that wavy effect. It does a pretty convincing effect for such low res. Okay, is this the last of our Pokemon? Okay, let's quickly heal up. Probably don't need to, but might as well before we take on Erica herself. Okay, I think we're gonna mainly plan on Swift for this battle. And then this battle is likely gonna be where we cap off for tonight. I may doze off, apparently. Just getting sleepy, huh? Erica's a cutie. Something I was thinking about going in is that even though Ozai would also resist grass type, a steel flying type is really gonna resist grass type. Even if it might not be as strong as Ozai. That quarter effectiveness can't be helpful. Like, look how little that did. That was Giga Drain. We're like this, about the same evenly matched level. Might need to use some flies if some of these guys are bulky, but I've never been a big fan of the way Tangela's feet are just these weird red shoes. I don't know. It's kind of a real old school sensibility that I think Pokemon kind of moved a little away from. I guess I could have maybe used Pineapple. I'll have to keep that in account. I think this is the gen to introduce weather affecting moves, right? I'm pretty sure those were not in Gen 1. Get a little quick peck in there. Oh, of course. Get another fly. Bellossom. Yeah, let's stick to what we got. I wonder if she'll use a hyper potion again. Jumpluff. Let's switch to muscle, because that ice punch, that'll really pack a punch. Cross chop. Gotta look that one up. Should we get rid of Vital Throw? At this point, I might want to get rid of Focus Energy, but... I think we'll replace Focus Energy. That's 4 out of the Kanto badges down, I think. So we've got Brock, Blaine, I guess Blue, and then Janine replaces Koga. Maybe I'll teach that to Executor, who knows? Or Celebi. I should probably teach it to Celebi. Okay, let's heal up. Okay, we should give the EXP share to someone else now, because Swift is now the highest leveled. Give it Dire Hit, I think. Actually, let's give leftovers to Swift. It's got the lowest HP, so... I think we'll be wrapping up here. Just a minute, just a second. But that was fun. Definitely got some things accomplished. Still got some stuff left to do in Kanto. Like I said, we've got 4 gym leaders left to fight, I believe. I don't think there's a way for me to see how many badges I've gotten, but I mean... Surge, Sabrina, Misty, Erica. I can't think of any other we've gotten to at this point. So yeah, we'll have to do more of Kanto. Get all the Kanto stuff. All of the new content there. Get to all of it, and then try to get a Celebi and try to take on Red. But yeah, so we're going to leave it for now, for tonight. I should be heading to bed, getting ready for it, so that's a double save, just because I like having that sanity check. Let's close up the game. And for those of you who are still watching, if anyone has anyone they would like me to raid, feel free to put it in the chat. Otherwise, I will look into it myself. Who could be good to raid? crazy how many people are streaming Kaizo these days. I might have to check out Kaizo once I finish this marathon. Okay, I think this could be someone worth giving a raid, so let's set it up. Okay, like I said, it's been fun. I've been enjoying this game a lot. Trying to get through the rest of it, but not in any rush or anything. I've been enjoying my time with it quite a bit. Looking forward to doing more in the future, but I should be heading to bed. So I'll be sending you guys on your way to another channel over here. Looks like they're, playing something similar. So hopefully it's to your liking. Send you guys on your way. And look forward to seeing you guys next time.